Good morning. My name is Elizabeth, and my pronouns are she and her. A couple of weeks ago, I started our meditation with box breathing, and I got some positive feedback, and I'd like to do it with you again. So box breathing is a powerful tool used by high performers and Navy SEALs to instantly clear stress. This short practice's goal is to lower your heart rate, quiet your thoughts, and anchor your awareness. And we will use these breaths to build a bridge straight into silent meditation. Take a moment to feel your body sitting there. Let's take one deep breath together. Inhale fully through your nose, filling your lungs, and let it out through your mouth with a soft sigh. Empty your lungs completely. Prepare to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose if comfortable. We're going to do 4 cycles, and then we will go into our silent meditation. So inhale through your nose. 3, 4, hold your breath. 3, 4, exhale smoothly. 3, 4, hold it empty at the bottom. 3, 4, cycle 2. Inhale through your nose. 3, 4, hold that breath gently. 3, 4, exhale smoothly. 3, 4, hold it empty at the bottom. 3, 4, cycle 3. Inhale through your nose. 3, 4, hold that breath gently. 3, 4, exhale smoothly. 3, 4, hold it empty at the bottom. 3, 4, one more time. Inhale through your nose. 3, 4, hold that breath gently. 3, 4, exhale smoothly. 3, 4, hold it empty at the bottom. 3, 4. Now release that count. Let your breath return to its own natural, effortless rhythm. You don't need to control it anymore. Observe the cool air entering your nose and the warm air leaving. Your body is calm. Your mind is anchored. And now we will transition into a period of silent meditation. I invite you to slowly deepen your breath once again and to come out of the meditation, knowing that you can go back to that stillness, that silence, anytime you choose. Our service will begin in 10 minutes at 10:30. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we begin our service, let's light a candle for peace. With the lighting of this candle, we bring into this room the peace that is the foundation of the deeper truth running through everything, even when the world outside seems uncertain. Let us take this moment of silence together to honor our feelings and open our hearts to move this peace within and shine the light out into the world. Beautiful, and let's let the music begin.
Good morning, CSL San Jose. It is good to see you, and it is good to be home. We're starting this morning with We Are the Ones. Join us. Lyrics on the screen. Here we go. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we see. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the heart
are so lucky to have this praise team. Wow. And welcome. I'm Spencer Nassar, and I'm a licensed practitioner here at the center. And I want to welcome you here today in the spirit of love. You know, this is a place to come home to. This is a place to move out into the world from. It's a place of safety, it's a place of peace. And we're creating something wonderful here every single day. So with that, I'd like to ask you to please mute your cell phone if you're carrying one. I'd like to invite our practitioner of the day down. Over.
It's a good day. It's a good day to be here. It's a good day to be by county, live in Santa Rosa. This is my home, my spiritual home. So it's good to be here, and it's good to be with you. And in that knowing of goodness, in that knowing that God expresses, and in that knowing that first I'm going to ring the bowl, I'm going to do that now. Because God expresses as this vibration. There are no mistakes. There are no errors. It's all God, and it's all God expressing. So as I ring this bowl, allow that knowing, allowing that vibration to connect you with that truth. The vibration of love, of truth, of knowing that God is all there is. The magnificent thing itself that expresses in, as, and through me in this and every moment, just as it does through you. And knowing this expression, this vibration, this truth, I know that today is divinely expressed. That our conversation, our singing, our listening, our tuning in is just what is needed to express love in the world, and for that to move forth through us and into the world in continual vibration of community and love. And knowing that this time together this morning is blessed, knowing that we are here on purpose. I express my gratitude for this community, this gathering, all whose hands make this possible, and all the hearts that beat as one because we beat in love. And knowing that gratitude and feeling it deeply, I release my word into the action of the law, knowing it is already so long before I even spoke the first word. And anchor this with me and say, and so it is.
Thank you, Suzanne. So I'd like to share the July 12th quote from Dr. Ernest Holmes that's found on page 45 of the Science of Mind magazine. Dr. Holmes said, "We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence." So fitting, as our community is a place of belonging, calling all into their spiritual magnificence. We're companions on the journey, expanding love's expression as we learn to become the presence of peace. We're beacons of light, living the principles we teach as we meet each other right where we are. We are a safe space where hope and courage are exposed and where new beginnings are happening through radical acceptance of all, of who and whose we are. Welcome home. Yeah. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge everyone that's come together, volunteering their time in celebration of spirit and community. A heartfelt thank you to over 30 people. Thank you. So we realize that we all have lots of options as to where we can spend your time and where we get our spiritual food, and we're glad you're here today. And if we have any newcomers, if you're comfortable, would you stand so we can welcome you and give you a welcome packet of information? First visit? First or second visit? Well, we do have some. Welcome. It's nice to have you here. She's finding you right now, and we're set. Go ahead and have a seat again. Also, there's a card in the seat in front of you, underneath the seat in front of you. If you'd like to fill it out and put that either into the giving bowl that comes around later in the service, or drop it off at the concierge desk. Please do that, and join us for some nourishment and socializing after the service, if you'd like. So, would everyone please stand, if you're comfortable standing, and read together with me our statement of being. We believe that life is good, that God is all there is, and that love is the only power. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals, caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, bringing the gifts of active compassion and kindness to the world. Our purpose is to transform lives, build dreams, and reveal God through education, music, prayer, service, generosity, and play. Let's, while you're up, take a minute to greet someone near you and say hello. Okay, let's start heading back to our seats, please. What a joyous and caring group. We got some serious mileage on during this little break. On back toward your seats. Thank you. Okay, so I'm really happy that Brendan James is back again here to see us. He's our featured music artist. Brendan is a singer-songwriter who's collaborated or toured with the likes of John Mayer, John Legend, Cat Stevens, Carly Simon, Kebmo, and Andy Grammer. He's released 6 albums to date, and his songs have been placed in over 15 major television shows and films worldwide. Welcome, Brendan. Come on up.
Oh, and Craig Meyer.
want to walk through this doorway. I want to open my mind. I want to pledge my allegiance to all I can find. I want a car that will crash through the barrier to a road no one knows. I want to feel less control, more abandoned. I want to land far from home. I want to help someone lost, someone helpless, with the strength of my hands. I want to come to the base of a statue built before they counted the years. And there I'll fall with my face in my hands and cry and fear their hope in my tears. Train rides and pastures colliding, colors and customs I've never seen. I know yes I know I will stumble, but time is precious, my friends. For those who journey can easily understand. The more they see, the more they'll learn, the more that they will be. So this I swear to you, and this I swear to me, I'll never rest till I've seen all I can see. No, I'll never rest till I've seen all I can see. I want to know where the strength of a person lies, in their past or their future. Is it in the way that they hurt or they love themselves? Is it all an illusion? I want to crawl from this skin that I'm painted in. Body, please let it give. I want to find the creator of all good things and ask what it means to live.
Wow. Thank you, Brandon. And now I'd like to reintroduce Susan Mulcahy. She's a longtime member of our community. She's a licensed practitioner. She's a board member emeritus, and so much more. And she's going to give us an inside talk. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Spencer. Thank you, Spencer. So I realize you're seeing a lot of me today. I'll tell you, you'll get a glimpse into that why in a moment. So I have a confession. I don't know if this ever happens to you, but do you feel stressed? I feel stressed. I get stressed. I'd like to say every once in a while, but there might be a little stress every day. Some days it's a lot of stress, but I think you know the stress thing. And lately I have been thinking about or noticing how that feels in my body. Not just like the mental stress of it, but how does that feel? And this week, I got really clear, kind of in a new realization that it feels like I'm in an energetic fetal position. Kind of with my head in my hands, some blinders on, things are closing in a bit. It could be subtle, but like, that's what stress feels like. And what I know is that this is when I'm forgetting. This is when I'm forgetting who I am. And this is when I'm forgetting like the abundance of the universe, the abundance that God lays out for me to just touch into every moment of every day. So this week on Wednesday, I was working to coordinate a hospital bed delivery for my dad. He'll be 95 in December. Hi, Dad. I'll show you this video when I get home. And it was a little stressful because he lives in assisted living and he's in a studio apartment and can't just take a bed and have it go somewhere and then get the delivery some other day. He's got to have a bed to sleep in that night. So assisted living people wouldn't like me if I said, he doesn't have a bed tonight, what are we going to do? So I had to coordinate the medical delivery, and I settled on a TaskRabbit guy to haul the bed over to our house. And so coordinating that, I had done my homework. I called the medical people, and I said, now, like, if I call you the day before, can you deliver the next day? And they're like, oh, yeah, we're like a hospital. We're 24/7. We can get this to you really quickly. Like, okay, so I got the TaskRabbit guy set up at 1 o'clock, and I'm waiting, and I called the day before and said, okay, delivery tomorrow. Great, okay, we're on that. And then I waited for the confirmation. And I waited, and Wednesday morning came, and I hadn't heard anything, and so I picked up the phone, and in the abundance of, and it was in that stress place, right? I feel very responsible, and I was in that stress place. I was starting to kind of get like that and forgetting. So I made a call to the place, and God gave me the first angel. Her name was Mandy, and she said, she listened, she understood. She's like, I get it, got to happen the same day. So I'm going to do what I don't normally do, and I'm going to call the warehouse, and I'm going to tell them, I'm going to not ask them, I'm going to tell them. And she was that kind of person, she's a team player, like people love her. She was so kind to me. And I thought, oh, okay, yeah, she probably doesn't tell them very often. She's a team player. So she made that call, she did that. The clock is ticking. It's about 12:30. I know the pickup guy is coming at 1 o'clock. I'm just a few minutes away. I can drive, and I'm waiting. And I'm communicating with him, and he's angel number 2 in the form of Zach, who's like super mellow. I'll go walk my dog in the park. We're good. And I happened to get a call in that moment from my prayer partner, and we're talking, and I had that moment of realization. Like, why am I making this harder than it needs to be? Why am I stressing? Okay, if it doesn't get delivered today, it could get delivered another day. I was going to be gone for the weekend. It's like, okay, I can schedule that for Monday. And as soon as I moved into that space of standing straight up energetically and knowing that everything was happening for a reason, and maybe it wasn't going to be delivered today for a reason, right? For a reason that we don't know about. Maybe that delivery truck was going to head up the road and lose a tire at that, it's like, it wasn't supposed to happen then. So I let go. I hung up the phone with my prayer partner, and my phone rang. And it was the delivery company. We can deliver your bed today between 3 and 5. Yay! So I call my pickup guy, race off to the assisted living. He shows up. Like, this is perfect. It's about 3 o'clock. The other thing's going to come between 3. And as I drive into the parking lot, both trucks are there. The pickup and the delivery. Both there, both smiling, both happy. And me not stressed anymore. So I invite you to begin to notice what stress feels like in your body and not just your head. Because our bodies are very wise. And they are, as spiritual beings having human experiences, they're a big part of that communication. And when you notice, take take a deep breath. Know that God is abundance everywhere in the form of people, things, options, opportunities, and stillness. And then remember who you are, an expression of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. So now we're going to move into another of those wonderful interfaith conversations that we do here every once in a while. And so Reverend Marcia Bencala will be hosting this conversation, and it will be with Reverend Kim Shri Bik Marchand. Boy, that's a mouthful. Come on up, you two. Let's do this.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, Reverend Kim Shri.
Good morning.
Just so if you're not aware, it's Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. We have various times interfaith conversations. I see people from our community, Sai Baba. Welcome. And we do that not only because we enjoy it and we learn something, it's as much because we believe that the divine reality is that we are each, no matter what, an expression of the divine, and that therefore there are truths in many faith traditions, that truth that we believe as well. So as we listen and learn from one another, we expand and deepen our spiritual awareness. We can bridge appearances of differences and cultivate compassion and oneness. And that's why we're here today. Welcome, Reverend Kim Shri.
Thank you. Thank you.
So as I begin, I'm just going to jump right in because we often don't have a lot of time. I am going to read Reverend Kim Shri's bio so that you understand who she is, why she's here, and you might recognize her last name. Bik Maurischat. Okay. So Reverend Kim Shri Bik Maurischat is an ordained minister in the Hindu Kriya Yoga tradition at the Center for Spiritual Enlightenment, which is on the Alameda. She's an educator, midwife, and spiritual care practitioner with more than 3 decades of experience supporting families, individuals, and communities through teaching, contemplative practice, trauma-informed, and community-based care. She has taught meditation, hatha yoga, and restorative life skills in schools, retreats, and correctional settings. She's passionate about fostering compassionate, inclusive communication and guiding personal growth through education, spiritual care, and restorative practices. So welcome. We're so glad to have you here. And what I thought we'd start with is that many may have heard of Kriya Yoga, the tradition. Some may have not. So perhaps you could begin by explaining it a bit to us and what it means in terms of your relationship to God or the divine.
Yes, thank you. So you're all familiar with the word yoga, and the word yoga has its root in the word yoke, to bind back. So mostly in the West, we're familiar with the word yoga as hatha yoga. That is a practice of yoga. There are many practices of yoga, and hatha yoga is what most of us in the West are familiar with, and that is to care for the body temple, and to hundreds and hundreds of years ago, it was created to release stress, to release tension and pain in the body, so that we are able to sit quietly in meditation. Because if the body is in pain or discomfort, we all know our brain is moving to the elbow and my foot or my, whatever. And so hatha yoga is a designed technology to release muscular tension and to enliven the vibrational energy, the prana, that moves through our bodies as we are manifesting in the world.
So almost what Suzanne was asking us to be aware of, the body.
How our body is the microphone for the vibration of the world. And Kriya means action or purification or sanction. It's to sanctify. And so the two together, Kriya Yoga, is a form of binding back to remember through action. So it's not a religion. It's not a Hindu religion. Hindu is an entirely different thing. Hinduism is an entirely different thing. Yoga is a philosophy and a system of several different technologies. There's Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Kriya Yoga. And all of the yogas contain all of the yogas. So depending on our temperaments in life and how we like to express in the world, some of us like to read more and be more intellectual and understand the scriptures more deeply. Some of us like to sing, which is what we'll do this afternoon, Kriya Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga, which is devotion and prayer. And Kriya Yoga is a lifestyle. It is using all of the elements in our actions, in our daily life, to bring our awareness back and anchor it in the understanding of the oneness that we are. So we are it, or it is, we are it, we forget, and we remember. And that is a practice to remember and anchor ourselves in the unbounded field of consciousness that we are all expressing in, which is where New Thought and yoga really do come together.
Thank you. And I apologize if I said it was Hindu. That's what you get from Googling. And I apologize for that.
So there's, spiritual, Kriya Yoga is spiritual practice. And yoga is a spiritual practice. Hinduism is a religion.
Got it. Okay, thank you for that. One thing that, as we've been meeting, I've noticed is how so many of the things that I read, at your center are words exactly like what I read here. And one of them was one truth known by many names that I read, and I think we'd all be familiar with. Can you tell us what you mean when you say one truth and what the implications are for us?
I think we all know, we all have that same understanding here in this room, and I think all humans really at some level do understand. There is one vibrational field of unbounded, limitless consciousness, and we are individual expressions of that. And so that is the one truth. And so the practices of Kriya Yoga are, for us in our expressive, daily, active, out-turning world, life of being Kim and you, to be aware that I am that one bounded and unbounded, limitless field expressing forth. And that is the one truth. And the many names are expressed throughout this room, on all of the banners here, on your beautiful stoles, that there are many different cultural expressions, there are many different individual expressions, there are as many different ways to pray as there are humans. There's no one way there's no one right way, there is no one singular way to access direct connection to that. We are that, we as individuals are that perfect connection.
And I think one way we might say it in science of mind is there's unity, but it doesn't mean sameness.
Correct. Yes. I think, yes, there's unity, but not sameness. I think that's a very important distinction. Like I said, I think that there are as many ways to access direct experience with God and to pray as there are human expressions, because each of us will never be recreated again. And we are all individual expressions of that unbounded field.
Exactly the words we use, right?
Yes.
And in both of our tradition, your lineage, spiritual practices are very important in terms of what we practice day to day to bring us closer to that spiritual awareness of our oneness. And you've talked about meditation, and you've corrected me that you are a practice. So with that, can you go into meditation as a practice and how that allows you to experience the divine instead of just believe in it?
It's a big question.
I think it's probably the heart, right?
Yes. Meditation is a practice, and everything that's a practice that we have in life, to give us the direct experience of God. And we have that experience of oneness through many different experiences in life, and often it's random. It can be at a birth, it can be at a death, it can be as we're playing music, as we're creating, as we're making love, as we're walking in nature. There's these random moments of timelessness and oneness that we experience in the world. And we often crave that. We long for that. We want to find that, and we want to have that be kind of a permanent experience. And meditation is a technology and a practice that we cultivate for ourselves so that we can regularly access that and fill our consciousness, our vibrational awareness, create more harmony so that we are more anchored in that awareness. So meditation, there are four consciousnesses in our daily life. So there's waking consciousness, sleeping consciousness, the dream state, and then meditative awareness. And we all get into that, when we're working, when we're focusing, when we've got this kind of single-pointed concentration and we're outside of the clock and we're just in the moment, in that present moment. We all know what that is. So meditative awareness is a natural state of our being. It's not something we have to strive for or work hard at or anything. It's just that as a culture, we, as human beings, we're very trained to use our senses to look out into the world and not look in. And we hopefully are being trained to sleep well. And dream state is something that's organic and naturally occurs. And so meditative awareness is something that we have to practice because we have to make an intentional point to bring that and strengthen that awareness for ourselves and that muscle, so to speak, spiritual muscle, so that it's an ever-present, easily accessible flow in our life.
So what would you say to somebody whose thoughts just go and go and go and go when they meditate?
Of course.
And I'm asking for a friend.
I have the same friend. And she's been meditating for about 40 years. That if your thoughts aren't going and going and going, you're dead.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, your brain is an organ like the heart or the liver or the kidney, and it's functioning constantly. And we don't pay attention to our heart and liver and kidneys functioning so much, but we really do spend a lot of time listening to the production in the brain. And that's part of being a human being. That is just part of being a human being. So meditation is not to make the brain stop thinking. Then we would be brain dead or unconscious. the idea of meditation is to use the brain and to give the brain something to do to get beyond the brain. So, and you, as the body, Hatha yoga helps it, just, any kind of stretching. It doesn't, it's not core yoga or heated yoga or anything like that, but just whatever stretches you do to get yourself into a comfortable seat, arranging the conditions around you, and then breathe. We're slow, it's pratyahara, moving slowly inward. We're just turning our sense organs from taking in all of the senses, the sound, the sight, the temperature of the room, the experiences of 10 years ago, the experiences of 2 minutes ago, the anticipation of tomorrow, the anticipation of 30 years from now, all of that, turning within and being present and focusing on this present moment. And using the mind, giving the mind something to concentrate on, which is the breath. It's naturally there. So there's an in-breath, it's a gift, and a pause, and an out-breath, and then a pause. And nobody makes that, none of us make that happen for ourselves. None of us are saying, okay, I'm going to in-breathe now. And okay, now I got to out-breath. It's a natural flow that anchors us in the present moment. And to become curious about those spaces in between. What is that space in between, that in-breath and the out-breath? And so as you focus, bringing your concentration to the breath, it slows your body down. Your body is seated. And you naturally begin to allow the natural flow of meditative awareness to come forth. And we all experience it often. And it's not something that, it's rockets and, sparkles or angels singing or anything like that. It's that moment, that feeling of deep contentment, of peace, a moment of wellness, a moment that all is well in this moment. And then it goes away. But we know it's there. And then we bring ourselves back, and then we breathe. And those moments become longer, they become more pervasive. They begin to, it's like pouring sugar into water. The more sugar you pour into the water, or salt, or whatever it may be, the sweeter it becomes. The honey begins to permeate and becomes the stronger element within the water. And that's what we're doing by practicing longer and deeply meditative awareness. So does that make sense?
Yes,
to
it
be very
makes
clear.
sense. Yes,
So people often think we need to get our brain to stop thinking. And, your brain is going to always be thinking. And sometimes you'll pay attention to it. I mean, yeah, we all pay attention to it. And then, but when we use the mind to get beyond the mind, and then when we notice we're thinking about the to-do list again, we just very gently and kindly, I like to use the phrase like a parent bringing a child away from the busy road back to the sidewalk with kindness and care. We bring our attention back. We don't say, oh, I didn't meditate. I was thinking about that thing again, but to the kindness, like, oh, I remembered. I'm back here.
Yeah, like all our practices are not to shame us, what I'm hearing. They're all meant, whatever they are, to help us remove what might be interfering with our moment of that awareness that we are that.
To help us become aware of the obstacles and to release and remove obstacles that remind us and anchor us in our innate true self.
Right.
And that is what spiritual realization is. Self-realization is to be fully realized in the truth of ourself. And that is what Kriya Yoga, the practices of Kriya Yoga, the lifestyle practices, all about bringing our daily life, just everything we do, into a harmonic convergence with the natural forces of the world to support us in being able to receive the abundance that we are living within.
It's all the same. Question for you. So this afternoon, you and Dave have a kirtan you are putting on for us. I sense, this will be my first experience, that it's about sound and chanting, which is different than silence. So can you give us a teaser for this afternoon in terms of what the kirtan brings about?
I want to just add something more to the meditation piece. So we're in meditation, we're often longing for silence, but it's not silence in the absence of sound. So the first sound, and kirtan is a part of this, but there is one sound in the universe, and that is the sound of Om. And Om has 4 parts to it. And so it when we were saying as Om. And the 4th part is the silence. And it's not an absence of sound, but a complete stillness of that pervasive consciousness that we are, that unbounded field that we're within. And kirtan is we've all experienced the joy of being at any kind of musical. You experience it here every week with the band. The joy of and the praise team, the music, and how it lifts the soul, it lifts the mind. It's so uplifting. The vibration of the music is uplifting to all of the cells in our being. So kirtan is devotional prayer. And it is, today we're doing 2 in Sanskrit and 2 in English. And it is simply just uplifting and concentrating. So it helps us to bring our attention and calm our body so that we can move into a deeper experience of meditation. So we wanted to offer it so that people could experience have a direct experience for themselves of meditation and devotional chanting.
Thank you. Yeah, I like to talk about the thunder of silence, that paradox. So as we start winding up here, can you talk to what being on this path has meant to you in your life? In 2 sentences. I don't really mean that. I know that's a big question, but clearly it has meant something to you.
Everything.
I get that. I get that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for, this was so quick. This is why I love to do this, because it just opens my heart to know that, what I'm hearing is we're all on this path together in some way or other. We just are our unique expressions, and it shows up in so many different ways. And when we can share with each other, that brings us more into that oneness. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So, shall we pray? Yes. So what I've asked if Reverend Kim Sri can pray in any way that she desires to pray, and then I will pray, and we'll be done. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And take your time.
Sarvesham svastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May all beings realize fullness. May all beings experience peace and contentment. May all beings know well-being, and may all beings experience the auspicious life. Om Shanti, 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 peace. Amen.
And in this moment, I drop into my heart, into that full awareness that there is only love. Love is that power, that creative principle behind all that is expressed, whether it be the bee or the grass or me. And what I heard in our conversation, I'm going to repeat. It is me, I forget, I remember. And for this, I am truly grateful, knowing that this is the truth. And we anchor it together by saying, and so it is. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Wasn't sure what to play for this second song. This is a new song I've written. It's called I've Got a Song to Sing. It's a heavy one for me, but in relation to what they were just talking about, it's certainly helping me self-realize. I feel lighter when I sing it, and it makes me feel less alone because I get to share some things I've been through. So I hope you like it. One day I grew up too fast at a AA meeting with my dad. I saw a man speak so tired and broken. I left that place, my soul awoken. And one day I was struck with sadness. My mom's new love filled urns with ashes. Mowing that lawn with a song in his head, then I'm hugging him cold on that hospital bed. How these things clip my wings, but I got a song to sing. And I know the same goes for everyone, so I won't pretend this heartache it ever ends. I can only drown my sorrows in the hope tomorrow brings, 'cause I got a song to sing. One day I was touched by God in the form of a teacher, a genius flawed. He taught me to think and he taught me to sing, but we don't talk now for the pain that it brings. And one day I was all but lost when my wife's young heartbeat tapered off. Family and friends, we hugged and we cried. Then 5 hours later she opened her eyes. how these things clip my wings. I got a song to sing. And I know that healing is painfully slow. Clean my slate, but scars never fade away. I can only keep my head down and trust the way of things. 'Cause I got a song to sing, a song to sing.
So much amazing energy happening in this room today, wouldn't you say? Yeah. So thank you, Reverend Kim and Reverend Marcia. It's inspiring, and along those lines, I want to acknowledge everyone in this room as an expression of God in and of this broader thing that is God. So we're going to continue our quarterly theme of Unify, Cultivating Inclusivity next week. And it'll be Cindy Edelson from Center for Spiritual Living Salt Lake here. And her message will be hidden in plain sight, along with our featured guest artist, Bobby Joe Valentine, and our praise team and our house band. Pretty good. So, transitioning here now is the time for conscious giving and an opportunity to participate in the law of circulation. We know that even though we've been taught that it is better to give than receive, and this most important idea is often missed, knowing that we must receive first. We must come from a place of fullness in order to give from a feeling of that fullness. And so we invite you to receive a blessing of joy from your higher self. Keep it with you all week long. Remember how much you are loved. Once you've drawn, and you'll find a piece of paper in the basket to draw with that message, and once you've drawn your joy blessing out of the basket, you'll be able to give your offering into the second basket underneath to complete that law of circulation through giving back. Ushers, would you please circulate the two baskets, one atop the other? And I invite you to invoke the feeling of gratitude through thoughts of life's abundance right here where you are, allowing it to fill you with the peace around you.
With our offertory song, Thank You for This Day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Take it, Dave. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
As your word has power, please join me in blessing the offertory by saying together our prosperity affirmation. The words are on the screen. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great things in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. Whew. Okay, we have some great things going on, and I'm going to buzz through these and give you guys that update. So, Science of Mind magazines, which is where that quote used earlier in the service came from. There's a new issue every 2 months, and they're all spiritual articles, affirmations, and daily prayers, and they're available in the bookstore. So take a look. They're $11.95 plus tax for the double issue. You can also subscribe with the information on the national website or in the Science of Mind magazine. Okay, I'm excited for this, and I'm going to be there. There's a curtain this afternoon if you want to spend more time with Reverend Kim. Here's the opportunity. And it'll be at 1:30 right here in the sanctuary. 12, thank you. 12:30 right here in the sanctuary. Sound or vibration is the most powerful force in the universe. Music is a divine art to be used not only for pleasure, but as a path to God at realization. You will experience immersion in the bliss of singing the names of the divine beloved, be guided in gentle hatha yoga stretches to support chanting and meditation, and experience the natural flow of meditative awareness through these supportive ancient practices. A love offering is appreciated. Okay, Sparkle Bingo, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Fun for the whole family. Snacks, prizes. I'm going to be there. I'm really looking forward to it. This will be my first Sparkle Bingo. And on a more, no, not on a more spiritual level. Sparkle Bingo is darn spiritual, if you ask me. But Beyond Limits, a fantastic, transformative 8-week hybrid course, runs Thursday evening starting July 23rd to September 10th, 6 to 8:30 p.m. And it's facilitated by Reverend Jennifer Bick and accompanied by a TA, Julia Smith, one of our practitioners. It introduces the foundational teachings of science of mind and explores how spiritual practices can be applied to everyday living. And the investment is $195. Payment options are available. Okay, Calling in Universal Abundance. There's a community workshop Sunday, July 26th, 12:30 to 2:30. Not 1:30, 12:30 to 2:30. Reverend Nadine will be doing this, and let's lay a spiritual foundation for financial growth and sustainably for ourselves and this center. Learn what is ours to be and do in order to attract greater abundance and create the personal pathway to an extended experience of prosperity. And this workshop is complimentary. New item, Mandala Mondays with Reverend Maureen Ross. Runs August 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Join us as we color mandalas to bring beauty and peace into the world. Experience the power of creativity as you color mandalas as a spiritual experience of greater soul intimacy. This is an inclusive, interfaith, intergenerational offering. Supplies are available to use, or you can bring your own as well. And the investment is $25. Another new item, The Light Worker's Way Forward in Troubling Times with Reverend Christy Hardwick. That will be Sunday, July 9th, August 9th, from 12:30 to 2. Join Reverend Christy Hardwick for an interactive workshop and readings from her newly released book, The Absence of Light, Radical Accountability and a Way Forward. In a time of deep division and uncertainty, how we are being called to respond, and what part have we each played in the world we hope to heal. That workshop fee is $25. So some quick reminders. Animal Connections donation drive is for our furry friends, Friends in Santa Clara County is Sunday, July 5th through Sunday, July 26th. Youth and Family Kiosk, funding teens to camp, is open today over here in the gathering area. Animal Connection will meet today at 11:45. Anybody got the time for Animal Connection today? Okay, you can ask at the concierge desk, and they'll be able to tell you when that's going to happen. It's probably not 11:45.
Debbie's saying no. I can see her from the bookstore.
11:45. 12:15. Thank you. Okay. And the Caregiver Support Group meeting after services is canceled. It also is not at 11:45, which just says in my notes here. But anyway, all of these events can be found on our website calendar at cslsj.org, or visit our concierge desk out here, or Community Corner in Fellowship Hall. And remember that you can find the recording of today's celebration service on our website, YouTube channel, and our Facebook page. So please click and share it with others. Okay, would all the youth and teens and practitioners of the day come forward, please? And would all practitioners stand right where you are? Look for a practitioner wearing a stole, sort of like this one. They'll be available after the service for prayer support on the sides and in the back. Also, you can write a prayer and put it in the box in the back for any requests, and those requests will be taken into prayer throughout the week by the Ministry of Prayer team. We want to take a moment to acknowledge the youth and family volunteers who supported the youngest members of our community today. Thank you. And I'll ask our second practitioner of the day to give us a closing affirmation.
Thank you. Good morning. Please stand if you feel comfortable and repeat after me. It is, we are it, we forget, and we remember.
It is, we are it, we forget, and we remember.
I am the one unbounded, limitless expression of truth.
I am the one unbounded, limitless expression of truth.
May all beings experience peace and contentment.
May all beings experience peace and contentment.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you.
And now let's join in I release. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. And on behalf of our entire community, we want to wish you a wonderful Sunday and a beautiful, wonderful week ahead. We invite you to gather in Fellowship Hall with us as we prepare this space for prayer with our practitioners. Have a wonderful day. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.